Hey, folks. Just making sure everything is all good. Okay. I believe that has sorted everything up. Out, whatever. I think everything is all good. Somebody do tell me if that is not the case, but I believe everything is fine. So the thing we're doing today is blue commons for the set. So far we have a small handful. We have like a smattering of them. Not an enormous amount, but we have some. I believe we need 15, and we have 5. We have 3 counter spells. We have Quench, Arcane Barrier, and Memory Drain. Arcane Barrier is new, and Quench and Memory Drain. The Arcane Barrier is counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability that targets a permanent you control. So it's pretty decent. Fucks with planeswalkers, fucks with removal, fucks with other stuff. I don't know. It fucks with stuff is the main thing that we care about here. Is things. It breaks things, which is good. We have Backline Spy, which is here. So yeah, Backline Spy can't be blocked. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 1 if you do draw a card. So it's a 1/1 for 3. Backline Spy, she'll work for anyone if the price is high enough. And amusingly, her price is one colorless mana. Admittedly, her price is 3 mana. 2 colorless and a blue, and then 1 every time you want to do her job. So she's actually kind of expensive, but whatever. We have Gossiping Maid, which has been in here from the very, very start. Gossiping Maid is a 3 mana 1/2. When Gossiping Maid enters the battlefield, Calumniate. We also changed Calumniate, so it's more of a as opposed to making 2 creatures fight, which proved to be very powerful. It's now 1 creature does damage equal to its power. So if your opponent has any Death Touch creatures, well, shit. But also, it's quite effective at, it's single target removal. Calumniate absolutely annihilates Rain. I think could actually be a problem at some point, because Rain gets fucked on by Calumniate like so hard. It's almost ridiculous. Because funnily enough, she only protects 1/1s from combat. Maybe she should protect from non-combat damage. That might actually balance her out a lot more, to be honest. Yeah, I think that would actually balance her out a lot more. And would also protect her from Calumniate as well. So it's like, oh yeah, Calumniate doesn't work on Rain. Which does invalidate the strategy a lot, but Murder is going to be in this set, so it's okay. Like, Murder is 100%. Like, if there's any card that fits Anjet or the Sultai faction, it's Murder. We also finished all the white commons last time. We have stuff like Battlefield Veteran, is a very simple card. We have Bloodstar Soldier, who is reasonably simple. Charge. I also put art on some of the recolored cards. I kind of credit the artist and all that. Zheju Chen is a very nice piece of art. Decadent Feast, Dignitary Commander, Divine Arrow, Dub, Guided Guardsman has been in here for a while. Legion's Judgment. Oh, I didn't, Legion's Judgment, I didn't get any art for that. That's probably something I should do. Oh. Legion's Judgment. Well, that doesn't really work, actually, because that's a dinosaur. Never mind. Oh no, that's a test of Peasant Uprising. Create 4/1/1. It's a functional reprint of Release the Hounds or Release the Dogs or whatever. Prisoner of War. Enchant creature you control. Enchanted creature. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. Its activated abilities can't be activated. This thing is on the watch list for maybe not actually being common at all. Raise Armies is a baby version of this. They're both sort of very similar, but they're, different. Righteous Farmhand is one of the more sort of classic ones. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more creatures base power toughness 1/1, you put a +1/+1 counter on him. It's because he's corralling all the other farmhands to join him in their war to overthrow the nobility or whatever and install a communism, probably. I don't know. It's probably not communism, but Oh, and Soul Tender turns spirit tokens into weapons. Steadfast Vanguard. It's sort of a fairly efficient blocker. It's more or less a 3/4 kind of. It's basically a 3/4 for 3, sorta. That's pretty good. Oh, and then there's War Falcon, which is a very suitable reprint. But yeah, we're basically looking to make to make certain cards for the set that fit a theme, and I think one of the core things that blue needs. Really, Scrivel's trying to tell me to register to vote. I was like, I can't really do that, I'm afraid. I don't think voting on the American election is for me. Just a hunch. I think obviously the most core blue mechanic is drawing a shitload of cards. Obviously, Magic. Since day one, drawing cards has been blue's thing, and obviously blue is not the only color that can draw cards, but blue is, without question, intended, at the very, very least, to be the best color at doing it, by some margin at that. Green is also very good at drawing cards. Black often draws a lot of cards at some kind of cost. But blue is the best at completely unconditional, I do a thing, I get cards. So that should sort of be something we're focusing on. I think the most blatant, blatant, is blatant the right word? Not particularly. The most obvious, The most obvious is something like a 1-mana card draw spell, like Opt is generally very good. And it's let's search for draw. CMC 1, color blue. Now, obviously, Ancestral Recall, we're not going to be printing that. 1 mana for 3 cards is nuts. I do actually really like Brainstorm, but Brainstorm is very, very strong. Like, very, very good. Like, presumably, this thing is going to be massive on EDH rank, I would assume. 31%. Yeah, Brainstorm's pretty good. It's in almost a third of all Commander decks, so on EDH Reg, of the 200,000 decks. Maybe Brainstorm's a little good. A little too good. Some kind of, like, toned down version of Brainstorm could be good. But then again, if it's draw 2 cards, then put 1 card from your hand on top of your line. Actually, no. That is a strictly better version of Opt. It hasn't been printed. When was the last time it was printed in a standard legal set? I think that's probably the best question to be asking here. That looks like Time Spiral. Oh, no, what set is that? Oh, that's Eternal Masters, never mind. That's a Commander set. That's Preordain? Preordain. I'm not looking for a strictly better version of Opt. I was thinking some kind of toned down version of Brainstorm. Because even a draw 2, then put 1 card from your hand on top, that's better than Opt. Because you get way more card selection with that. Or even just a 2-mana Brainstorm, I think, would be much more... Like Brainstorm at 2 mana would actually probably be kind of okay. Like at common. Hell, Brainstorm at 3 mana is probably, like at common, is probably more in line with given how ridiculous Brainstorm is. But I think either way, we're gonna go right to this list here. Lots of cantrips that just draw you a card. Curious Obsession is a cool card, but doesn't really fit the set. Curiosity, that's a potential reprint right there. That's it's an uncommon in... Yeah, it's been printed at uncommon in every single set. Yeah, no. Let me, rarity common. Here we go. Aura Finesse, that's very specific. Brainstorm, oh, it's a common in, was that Double Masters? Yeah, Double Masters. Gitaxian Probe, yeah, let's reprint Gitaxian Probe in the set. No, let's not do that. Gitaxian Probe at 1 real blue mana would actually just be really bad. The reason Gitaxian Probe is incredible is because it's free. Or because it's functionally free anyway. It's not literally free, but you do actually have to pay something, but it's, 2 mana is nothing. Ponder is a very, very roundabout version of a better Opt. This is reverse Opt. It's cool. What's Serum Visions like on EDH Rec? So the EDH Rec is not like the only measurement of how good a card is, especially for like burn cards. But like generally speaking, if a card is bad, a card is bad if it's not played in EDH, with the exception of very specific like single target cards, like Lightning Bolt or something is like incredible, but in EDH it's functionally useless. Serum Visions is a respectable card in EDH. Like 6% of decks has Serum Visions in it. That's pretty good. Like, it's draw a card and then fix your next card, as opposed to opt, which is fix and then draw a card. Like, I think that's the... I think we're trying to reinvent the wheel too much, really. Oh, there's Peak. Gitaxian Probe is Peak, but free. I think we're trying to reinvent the wheel a little too much. Opt is too good and like, is too fair a card not to put in here, because like, everyone knows what Opt is. Everyone likes Opt, because Opt is just great. Opt is a fantastic Magic card. Everybody likes it because it's just really, really good. Oh yeah, this is before, all of these are before Scry. Well, no, Scry's been evergreen for ages. Oh, I don't know. Scry 1. Instant. Just bam. Like, put a reminder. Yeah, I think it's tradition to put the reminder text for Scry on Opt, you know? Like, nobody playing this set is going to need to know what Opt does, but, you know, sometimes maybe it'll be useful, you never know. Let's quickly grab the art for the Throne of Eldraine version by Dan Scott, which is not my favourite Opt, but it's a very general Opt. It's a strong piece of art. I almost pressed end stream by accident. Whoops. The hell did I do? Oh, there. It's fine. And it is Dan. Oh yeah, Dan Scott. Very nice piece of art. So yeah, we have Opt. I think Opt is like, you know, just a super, like, I think Opt is like functionally just a staple card at this point. And I think it's a great card. I think more specifically is I do like Opt a lot. I'm sure, you know, probably next year or something we'll be in a standard, like this time next year we could be in a standard where Opt doesn't exist, which is not something I'm looking forward to, because I love Opt. I think Opt is a fantastic card. Yeah, it has been reprinted since 2021. I mean, maybe we'll see it. I mean, we'll probably see it in like Strixhaven or something, or in M22. You never know. I think Opt is like that much of a staple card that, you know, it's going to be a mainstay in core sets from now on. You know. Oh God, Opt was from Invasion and they got reprinted in Ixalan. Holy shit, that's fucking incredible. But yeah, we have some card draw, we have some scry. I think we need more of it though. And I think mill. I think like let's have a look at like Eldraine or something. Mill. Give it a minute. It's taking a while. There are very, very few cards in Eldraine that give a shit about mill. And all of them are self-mill, for the most part. Like, if I look at Theros, for example. I think mill is a... Oh, no, there's a... Oh, yeah, all the stuff in Theros is self-mill as well, for the most part. A lot of it is... Yeah, I think... I may decide against this, but I think we're going to sort of nix mill for the set. Unless it's self-mill. But I don't think any of our strategies really care much about self-mill. Like, they would really benefit from self-mill, because, like, we have, you know, life, we have fucking with your opponent's board is basically what calumniate means. That's me fucking around with something else. Like, formation cares about combat, summon is all about, like, sacking and stuff like that, and underdog is all about a very specific creature type. So I think mill is not gonna benefit any of those, and outside of specific instances, I don't think mill is, unless it's self-mill, mill is not a very, like, dynamic playstyle, because you either lose to mill or you don't lose to mill. There's no, you know, the mill player either draws the things they need to mill you out and win, or they don't and they lose. And most dedicated mill decks, that's all they are. That's why I really like Dimir Rogues in Standard right now, because milling is like their secondary objective that lets them, you know, that lets them kill you. You know, the Dimir Rogues in Standard right now is probably not going to mill you out unless they're running Crab. And they probably won't even try to mill you out, because what they want to do is they want to get to 8 cards and then to, you know, buff all their rogues. And then they want to use the stuff in your graveyard to turn on Zareth San and steal your stuff. So that's the kind of mill that's really interesting. But we already have a theme for Sultai, and I don't want to steal Zareth San's thunder, because Zareth San is fucking rad as hell. I love Zareth San, he's super cool. So we have these sort of cards here. We have Opt, which is card draw. Let me have a look at, like, just set Eldraine type instant or type sorcery draw. Oh, and color blue. There are 4 cards in Eldraine that are just blue cards that draw you cards, like 4 instants or sorceries. Obviously, there's going to be other means to draw cards, but like even if I increase to include all card types, the list expands quite considerably, because it includes, you know, artifacts, creatures, like creatures especially, you know, creatures and like, you know, artifact. We've got Lochmere Serpent, which is Dimir, so that shouldn't really be here, so minus color greater than 1. There we go. So yeah, we have some creatures. Well, no, this thing doesn't draw you a card. This reacts to drawing cards. This is mutual drawing. Midnight Clock isn't really drawing. This reacts to, yeah, these two react to drawing. Gadwick does draw you cards. Eleonora draws you a card. The Griffin reacts to card draw. Shimmer Dragon draws you cards. So yeah, like it's generally like there's not an enormous amount of card draw in mono blue, because a lot of it is, you know, is attached to creatures and shit like that, and I think that's fine. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Like Tome Raider is a cool card. Tome Raider is a cool card that I like a lot. Just as it's a very simple piece of technology. It's not very good, like, but this is the kind of stuff we want to be doing. Is, you know, like, oh, it's got flying and, you know, draws a card, whatever. Turn into a pumpkin is just like a kind of not very is not very good. Unexplained vision seems pretty bad. Oh, well. 5 mana, draw 3 cards. Assuming you're playing... I mean, you're turn 5. If you're as long as you're playing 2 or less colors, you can get adamant with this. Certainly in M20 standard. Or not M20, in the previous standard rotation. This, having this was really easy because, Shocklands were a thing. Rest in peace, Shocklands. So my money is that we get some more card draw. So we have, obviously, a backline spy draws you cards. We have an opt, which draws you cards. And I think we need some kind of higher up spell that draws you cards. So let's draw... Yeah, draw 2 cards. What kind of sort by EDH reg rank? Frantic Search is ridiculous. We're going to ignore that thing. Muldrifter is obviously not something we're going to be doing. Chemist's Insight is, like, a good card. I remember Chemist's Insight was a great card. I very much liked it. You can't beat Divination, can you? It's like such a fair card. But I don't want to do a bunch of reprints, I don't want everything to be a reprint. To be a reprint of, like, good cards that already existed. I want to check something. Does blue ever get vigilance? Sparingly. Oh, no, that's... Blue-white gets vigilance. This thing, Sarah Sphinx, from Planar Chaos, is a blue card with vigilance. Synchronous Sliver is a blue sliver that gives all your other slivers, or all slivers, period. Bayfowl, I don't think that's a very good. Yeah, I think, Vigilance is certainly not a blue mechanic, that's for sure. This seems to be the only, like, these two seem to be the only, like, legit, like, this thing has vigilance, and this is also from, like, Time Spiral, or Planar Chaos. It's from Time Spiral block, I think. Let me just block. Time Spiral. Oh, whoops. Yeah, Planar Chaos it's Time Spiral, Planar Chaos, and Future Sight. That's it. So I kind of want some kind of, like, 4 mana, draw 2 cards with some kind of secondary effect, similar to Chemist's Insight, but I don't know what that would be. Gathered information. Oh, so gathered information is 2 blue, or we can just go 3 and a blue. I think is probably better. Instant. Look at each opponent's hand. Draw 2 cards. This seems fairly substantial. It's not going to be, like, breaking the bank or anything. I just don't think it's that interesting. That's the problem. It's not particularly exciting. That seems, like, really not that impressive. Look at each opponent's hand, draw 2 cards. No, I think this is probably okay. I think I'll put this on the maybe list for now, just because. Gathered information. It's a common CMC4. It's an instant. Now, let's just put a little note that not all that interesting. On a related note, I had a really cool idea for a card that definitely isn't a common, but I wanna see. Now, this thing is potentially evil. And I love it. Like, I love this. This, oh, what is the card? Is it a, it's like a braids card or something, I think. No, it's, double agent. What is this card? I'm thinking of a very specific, like a legendary creature or a planeswalker or something. Type legendary. Oracle text contains the word opponent. It definitely isn't green. And it's not white. I want to say it's red-black, but I don't actually know. This thing. Yeah, this. Xantia. Yeah, this is a sort of an I say this is sort of an inverse of Xantia Sleeper Agent. It's not quite as clean, but it has a very similar effect. She's not so much like a sleeper agent, she's more of a spy. Robin, Agent of Anjet. So, when you cast Robin, Agent of Anjet, choose an Oh, okay, this is a much easier. Yeah, enters the battlefield under the control of a opponent of your choice. That's a much like simpler piece of sort of tech there. Whenever you draw a card, reveal your hand to Robin's owner. Oh. Whenever Robin deals combat damage to a player, draw you and its owner draw a card. So sort of to encourage people to actually attack with Robin. But, you know, she's constantly feeding information. I think that's functionally the same thing. I think that's just extra wording for no real bonus. Because you look at their hand once, and regardless of whether you look at cards they draw or they draw a card and you look at their hand again, it's gonna be... I think constant, like, I think it's one of those things where you and the player can say, you know, like, yeah, I know what's in your hand, show me the thing you just drew. I think it would be a lot more wordy to have functionally, to be functionally the same thing. Because once you've given somebody else the information of what's in your hand, if you draw another card, all you need to do is show them that card. But putting that into words is kind of needless, because people are going to just do that anyway, I think. But I say we can come back to this later on. But I had the idea and I knew I had to do it. So I really like her. She's cool. Robin, Agent of Unjet. Rare. CMC 4. Is she CMC 4? Yes, she is. Allegiance, Unjet. She's a creature. Yeah, but it's meant to be that you have the information. So if people want to play multiplayer with the set, it's not specifically designed for multiplayer, but if people want to play it, then you know, you don't want that to be, you know, that to fuck them up or anything. But either way, back to the commas, the thing we're supposed to actually be doing. It should probably be gathered information. Oh, I did already write it down as gathered information. Right. Just want to look at Frogify. Frogify is... It's an uncommon. Casmina's Transmutation, there we go. How is it different to Frogify? That's my question. They're the same, except one of them is inexplicably uncommon, this one is common. Sure thing. Now, blue has temporary removal. That's kind of blue's secondary things. They have a lot of temporary ways of making creatures just sort of a non-entity. And in some ways, they have semi-permanent ways, like Frogify, where it's like, unless you kill this enchantment, you know, this fairly low-cost enchantment, and probably take a tempo loss, to get your creature back. Your creature's basically gone. So I kind of want to see a bounce effect of some kind. Yeah, misdirection is not something else. So it's so false documents. Is an instant that's going to be 1 and a blue. Or falsified intel, or falsify intel, whatever, like that probably works. Scry 2, return target creature and opponent controls to its owner's hand. We go artifact or creature and opponent controls to its owner's hand. Like, hang on. Was it dismissal? No, I was thinking of disappear the hang on. Dissipate? Yes. No. Ah, yes. No, it's unsummon. Unsummon. What is disperse? Oh, okay, yeah, that's similar. No, I was thinking of unsummon. Something, yeah, so return target creature to its owner's hand. And then, that's not what I wanted. Then disperse is return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Planeswalker opponent's controls to its owner's hand. So it does that first, and then... No. Yes. So scry 2... So it doesn't work on enchantments. And doesn't work on lands. Obviously, disperse also doesn't work on lands, but it doesn't work on enchantments because it's, you know, it's if something's enchanted, you can't falsify intel to make that, you know, not work. So yeah, I'd say that works. Blue falsify intel, common to instant. What scry effects do we have? We have memory drain and opt. The kind of the idea is that you're falsifying the intelligence for a battle. So an army shows up and it's like, there's no one here. Or you send somebody's army to the wrong place. Or, you know, someone's shipment gets redirected by falsified intelligence. That's the flavor. Is you're gaining you would be rerouting them and delaying them and then gaining information off of that. That's the idea. I'm gonna cut nil off. Now I had another neat idea. Exhaust, is that Atrocious March. Oh, okay, it should be controller. Now this definitely shouldn't be 3 here. Oh. Untap on controllers next to untap stone. Let me just check the wording on this. Don't untap. It's don't untap. Those creatures. Oh, this thing, yes. Yeah. That was my thought. So it's like, if your opponent's board is full of vigilance dudes, this spell is not very good. But, you know, if they're attacking with their full board of 1/1s, for example, it's like, oh, all your 1/1s are now -1/1s, and most of them die. or a lot of them die, and then the rest of them don't. The ones that live don't untap. I think maybe instead of like a mass version of this, actually, you know what? I think this is probably an uncommon here, like at least. What is it in Ixalan? Is this not in Ixalan? Oh, it's in Corset 19. Okay. And make it 4 mana. I think is the way to go with that. Oh, just fix that. So where are we up to? We're up to 8, about halfway. So we have bounce. We 100% have scry. We have looking at your opponent's hand. Now we need some kind of anticipate-like effect, maybe. Also, there's a potential thought, actually, for backline spy. Maybe instead of paying 1 and drawing a card, instead, you loot. That could be interesting. I'm not sure necessarily whether it's going to be what we want, but it could be cool. Just look at the spell looting. Just the word loot. Oh, it is just named after faithless looting. Never mind. We need some creatures. That's the main thing that we're really missing at the moment, is almost all of these are instants. We need enchantments, we need sorceries, and we need creatures. Like, badly. And we do not have any. I think an underdog creature could be good, or a creature that interacts with underdog in some capacity. Rebellious apprentice. Yeah. Comes in, it's got prowess. Because prowess is evergreen now, so... Yeah, let's have it like... I think prowess was made evergreen circa M21, so... How many prowess cards do we have in M21? 6. Period. Like 6 total. Yeah, I kind of like this thing. I quite like Rebellious Apprentice. I think he's cool. He comes in, gives you some lads, or gives you some cards, and he's a 1/1 with prowess. That ain't half bad. Sure, yeah, he's cool. Rebellious Apprentice. Angry Apprentice. Angy indeed. Very angy. And then I kind of want some kind of sorcery with Underdog. That maybe... Yeah. I think rebellious is kind of the wrong word. Then again, maybe we could have, 2 different cards in the set. There's Rebellious Apprentice and some kind of card that shows, the same character having sort of, joined the army and, is now a red-blue wizard. Maybe, but I think the name Rebellious is probably a misnomer. Probably go for something else. Scorned Apprentice? Hang on. Spurned. Spurned Apprentice. Ooh, yeah. That'd be neat. Yeah, to show the progression of the war. I will put this in here. Hang on, as like a concept. Insert text box. Cycle ideas. 5 monocolor commons. I suppose by that logic, who is our white version of this? It's gotta be Righteous Farmhand, right? Where he becomes like a commander or whatever. Does it? Oh no, he's joined the he's with the Lockstars, so wait, shit, he's with the Lockstars. Fuck. Yeah, it'd be like Guided Guardsman or something. Dies and becomes, I don't know. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. Let's show the original 5 are older. Changed by the war. Spurned Apprentice, blue. So Spurned Apprentice is our Lockstar. We need an extra card that cares about so like some kind of sorcery which has which is maybe like 3 mana or something, which is draw a card, or maybe we can have like an anticipate kind of effect. And toughness 1/1. Instead, scry 3. Instead, scry 3, then draw a card. Yeah. Not sure what we would even call this, but and it's a sorcery, whereas anticipate is an instant. I think that's pretty cool. Hmm. I'm not sure. Not sure at all. I genuinely have no idea what to call this. I'm very lost. So, sort of, I guess the idea is that it's like sort of the collective knowledge of many, many small people. Tavern whisperings. Yeah, so it's like, just like, Dave the farmer and Jerry whatever, just having a bit of a talk at the bar about the upcoming battle or whatever. I don't know. That could be kind of interesting. Tavern whisperings. So we have our underdog cards. Now, how the fuck do we make formation work in blue? Because, like, I think the most obvious one is formation prowess, like going, that's the most sort of obvious, I suppose. But that's not that powerful, Maybe we attach it to a creature that's actually quite substantial. It's a 5-mana 3/3 or something. I don't know. Like a 5-mana 3/4 as a creature, human, warrior, wizard. What do you mean? Like the green mythic? I'm saying, so the kind of flavor text sounds neat, but I don't know what this green mythic is, or just in general. Seasoned battle mage. Ah, okay. Insert reference to major set card / event. Oh yeah, this is cool. That's a single line of flavor. This card's fucking clean. I like this. 5 mana 3/4 with prowess and formation prowess. Prowess is well represented in blue, because we now have Spurned Apprentice, which has prowess, and Seasoned Battle Mage, which has prowess. I want blue keywords. Let's look at Crystalline Giant, because that Crystalline Giant shows basically all of the evergreen keyword abilities. I guess we should probably just look up like evergreen keyword abilities. That maybe makes a bit more sense. Deciduous. No, prowess is evergreen again. That much I know. Tertiary in blue. Secondary in blue. Primary blue. Primary blue. I just had a genius idea. Creature, human wizard. Mage of the Battle Barrier, which is a cool name, so there's also that. Formation, protection from a color of your choice. Maybe this guy isn't common, but like, he's kind of cool, so he's a 0/4. He's a 0/3, 0/2. He's a 0/2, or a 1/2. He's a 1/2, and he's 4 mana. No, 4 mana. There we go. I said 4 mana and then typed 4 in the box, which is the opposite of what I need to do. Formation, protection from a color of your choice. Gets protection from a color of your choice until end of turn. Hexproof. Now this guy's pretty cool. He's maybe insane, but he's really cool, so he's probably got Defender. Actually, he just has Defender. So I think Mage of the Battle Barrier is probably going to be like an incredible card that almost certainly should not be a common, but could be cool. So, I mean, he's going to continue to exist. I just might have to bump him up to like common or uncommon or maybe even rare, because repeatable protection is yikes. Oh, hang on. Here, this is how we balance him. When enters the battlefield, choose a color. Enters the battlefield, choose a color, formation, protection from the chosen color. So there we go. He's balanced now. So if your opponent has a board full of white creatures, you play Mage of the Battle Barrier, and it's like, bam, protection from white. And then your dude can swing through. But next time they play like, a black creature, it's like, well, shit, Mage ain't gonna be doing too much. Yeah, that's cool. I really like this card. I actively love this card. I thought formation was going to be like impossible, but I was like, let's just stretch the boundaries of formation a little bit and then stick protection in here, and then, whoa, protection is really cool. And protection is also like in blue as like a secondary thing. So, nice. Ooh, that sounds really cool. I like that a lot. Creature, bird. Deals combat damage to a player. Scry 1. No. The pun is not worth the fact that it doesn't make any sense. Eye of the Stormcrow. He'd have to be 2 mana for that joke to work anyway, so I think Stormcrow is just a 2 mana 1/1, right? No, he's a 2 mana 1/2. So he's not quite as bad as I thought. Still pretty bad, though. Spy pigeon. Bird rug. Scout Falcon. So we got Warhawk and Scout Falcon. Hell yeah. I guess Azorius is flyers now. Whatever it was before, it's not that anymore. It's flyers now. Do I have anything marked down for Azorius? I didn't, so I could do flyers. But flyers is just so overdone. So overdone. I do like Scout Falcon though. He's very cool. I like him a lot. Oh, whoops. Scouting Night Owl. How many do we have? We're up to 13, right? We need one more Calumniate card. Or one more just Arnjet themed card in general. I think we need, and we also really badly need an enchantment. Like, we need an enchantment, like, pretty bad. No, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Corrupt Couriers. Forged Letter. Forged... What is the... I'm looking for a word, hang on. Communications. I have absolutely no idea what this card's gonna do. Oh, I know. We'll go like that. Forged communications. I'm modeling this after eyes everywhere, which would be very awkward if it's not common. It isn't common. Communication interception. Or no, just you can just go, you know, they're about to draw a card, and you go, I want to see that. And then they... Or, just for flavor. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player reveals the drawn card to you. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may look at that card. And then you sacrifice it. I think this is like a 2-mana card, like realistically. It's a very simple enchantment. You slap it down. You know, it doesn't give you anything ridiculous, but then, you know, you have this removal that you have at your disposal. Actually, yeah, this should go up to 3, I think. This is maybe not a common, but I think it's cool. Now we need one more, and I think we probably need another enchantment. Because we, like, hang on, how many enchantments did white have? Oh, like 1. Yeah, we like, again, enchantments aren't, like, usually... Like, yeah, we need some more fucking enchantments, like, big time. If I look at Eldraine, or set, Eld, type, oh shit, enchantment, rarity, common. It's probably a lot. Correction, there's 5. So actually, it's not that big of a deal. Guilds has 6. 1 in each color, and 1 extra in white. Let's look at RNA. Has 3 at common. How many does War have? 3. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so it's not too bad that we don't have that many so far. But I think we definitely need 2 in blue. I think we need some kind of... Not necessarily Kasmina's transformation, but certainly something akin to it. Oh, okay, I'm back. No, exhaustion is a card and exhaust is a mechanic. Exhausting battle. Enchant attacking creature. Does not untap on its controller's untap step. Sleep. Charm sleep, here we go. So this is a conditional charmed sleep. So I think this should be 2 mana. Because it has to be attacking for you to put it to sleep. You need to hold 2 mana open on your turn to put it to sleep, which could mean that potentially you don't have a turn 2. Like you don't play anything on turn 2, specifically to hold this up. And not to mention that if a creature has vigilance, this is useless. So I think this is fair. I think this is very fair. Exhausting battle. It's a common. It's 2. It's no allegiance. It's an enchantment. So let's very quickly do a little review. So I think we'll do it here as well. Blue. Okay, so Arcane Barrier is a 2 mana instant counter target spell, activate ability or triggered ability of the target's opponent you control. It's a nifty counter spell. Backline Spy is a 3 mana 1/1 human rogue. Backline Spy can't be blocked. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. Communication Interception. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may look at that card. It's a 3 mana enchantment. And for 2 and 2 hybrid blue-black, you may sacrifice Communication Interception and Calumniate. Exhausting Battle is 2 mana enchantment aura, or 1 and a blue enchantment aura with flash, enchant attacking creature. Enchanted creature does not untap on its controller's untap step. Falsify Intel is costs 1 and a blue and is an instant. Return target artifact, creature, or planeswalker to its owner's hand, and then scry 2. Gathered Information is an instant that costs 3 and a blue. Look at each opponent's hand, draw 2 cards. Gossiping Maid. I'm fairly certain you're misinterpreting Enchant. I may be wrong, but hang on. Let's see if there's a enchant attacking creature. Maybe enchant doesn't work that way. And be attached to. So yeah. if it stops attacking, it doesn't untap. But maybe then we can go back to exhausting battle and enthralling hold. Ah, yes. You must choose an attacking creature as the spell's target as you cast it. Yeah, that works. So there we go. Gossiping Maid is a creature human peasant. It costs 2 and a blue. When Gossiping Maid enters the battlefield, calumniate. She's a 1/2. Mage of the Battle Barrier is, I think, my favorite name so far. Is a creature human wizard. Is a 1/2 for 3 and a blue with a defender, and when Mage of the Battle Barrier enters the battlefield, choose a color, and it has formation, protection from the chosen color, which is pretty awesome. I kind of love this card. Memory Drain is counter target spell, scry 2. Opt is scry 1, draw a card. Quench is counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. Scouting Night Owl is costs is a 1/1 with flying, and when Scouting Night Owl deals damage to a player, scry 1. Seasoned Battle Mage is costs 4 and a blue, and is a 3/4. I think Seasoned Battle Mage should probably be one of those, but that doesn't really matter. With prowess and formation prowess, which is pretty neat. Spurned Apprentice is a 2-mana 1/1 with prowess and underdog. When Spurned Apprentice enters the battlefield, if you control another creature with base power and toughness 1/1, draw a card. And Tavern Whisperings is a 2-mana sorcery with look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. With underdog, if you control one or more creatures with base power and toughness 1/1, instead scry 3, then draw a card. So it is anticipate at sorcery speed, but if you fit the bill, you get a better deal. You get much better card selection. Instead of picking one and dumping the other 2, you scry 3, put the one you want to the top, and then draw it, which can help you with draw triggers as well. and then the rest, well, the other two you can either put on the bottom if they both suck, or keep one or keep both and reorder them. The idea is you get some, like, this card is probably very, very good. Like, I would wager a bet that it's probably very good. Now, there's nothing with flash, but I think stuff with flash is generally going to be in black. Like, if it's a creature with flash, it's probably going to be in black. And I think flash at common is it's pretty strong, at least. Well, that's true, yeah. There are 24 commons with flash that are standard legal right now. So not very many. A lot of them are in what's it called? I can't remember. Yeah, we have some cool blue commons. I believe there's 15. There is indeed. So now we move on to black commons. Now, black is a much simpler color. Black has like a series of very well-known staple effects, but most of them are very, very predictable, which is fine because they're all mostly pretty cool. Black is like destroying non-enchantment, non-land permanents. Black gets minus power and toughness. Black gets paying life. Black gets draining life. Black gets a lot of sacrifice. Those are like the 5 core things of black, unless I'm missing something super crucial. I guess like keyword wise, black gets menace and death touch quite a lot. That's fairly prevalent with black. So let's get up the mechanical color pie and look at some other very, very black effects. So primary in black. So black has calumniate. So black has calumniate. Black has summon. And black has, what is the last one? Sultai. Oh, cruelty. So they have, sacrifice. So self-sack, opponent's sack, destroy creature, benefits at a price, discard, drain, exiling from graveyard, life loss, menace, death touch. Something I immediately want to do, actually, I think, is like right off the bat, just right out of the gate, is go full Crusader Kings 3 and have Assassin Serpent, Creature, Snake. Oh, whoops. Flash, Death Touch, 1/1. Like, you just drop this thing in. You bring it out for 3 mana. It's a flash with Death Touch. You know, it's a kill spell just with extra steps. And I'm sure there's instances where you know your serpent is gonna live too. So that's kind of the best part. I have art for this and everything. Oh, Black Lance Paragon. Oh, perfect. This is just this is Ambush Viper. It's what this is. Great. Like that is perfect. That's 100% perfect. It is, you know, it's a, what was this, a Theros? No, it's Innistrad. So yeah, this is absolutely perfect. It's actually a worse version of bam. So Assassin Serpent immediately. There's a black common. This thing is on jet, let's be honest. Oh, whoops. Oh, we already have a couple. We have Famished Envoy and Mark of the Vampire. Neat. So, that's pretty good. And then we have Mark of the Vampire as well from the other day. And they're both Rootcaster cards as well, so that's cool. So it actually cares about cruelty already. Oh no, yeah, that's already... Bam. Cruelty is kind of already satiated in black. Right, let's go look at the mechanics again. Because I think what I'll do is I'll look at all the mechanics, I'll make a couple more cards, and I'll call it quits for the day. I think that's going to be the plan, you know? Reanimation. So yeah, black, very, very simple. Like, extremely simple. Aggressively simple, almost. Well, I did say murder, 1 black, instant, and I can just destroy target creature. Bam. That's murder for you. Like, is... You know what? That's not what I want. Just be a legend inexplicably. Bam. No flavor text, no nothing. Destroy target creature. That's it. And I think that's how you do it. And I think we're going to use this art by Alan Williams as well. It's a very nice piece of art. It's a very nice piece of art. Bam. Murder. Destroy target creature. Now, in theory, we could put Regicide in here as well, but technically the king is dead, so... the king's been dead for a while. Oh, it is also a draft matters card, so never mind. How does she grab King Brago? He's a ghost. Very confusing. Very confusing. Oh. What the fuck? Let's look at M20. Hang on, set M20. Destroy target. Color black. Let's have a look. Got bone splinters. Noxious oh no, that's color hosing. Fuck that. So any sort of... we got 3 common destroy effects. We got 2 spells. I suppose Assassin Serpent is functionally a removal spell, right? That's basically what that is. I think our main sort of port of order here at the moment is to... cull the weak. So search for the word cull. Oh, culling the weak is a thing. That is a dirty card. I do not like that. Life Butcher Vampire. Life Ender. Oh, whoops. Nope, there it goes. Rip. It's fine. It's fine. I think this thing is probably very, very strong, but it's cool, so... I do want to try and make, not necessarily a summon card, but a Milcid aligned card. So, like... Oh. Yeah. Hell yeah. Altar of Souls. I think it's the first artifact in the set, actually. To be fair, it could be colorless, but because this is this set's Witch's Oven, right? But food is a multicolored mechanic. Oh, well, that's not true, actually. Food is predominantly in green and black, and really no other colors. Yeah, no, this is a colorless card. We had spaces for colorless, right? We did. 5 colorless commons. Good stuff, good stuff. So never mind, it is colorless. Altar of Souls. It is aligned to Milcid. I think, let's go back to our list of cycles. A lot of white cards, a lot of blue cards, quite a few black cards, very few red, very few green cards. This is the mana curve right now. Oh, this thing, right, okay, yeah. This is a fair curve. Oh, super type. Two birds. Lots of humans, a snake, two birds, and 7 vampires. Creature class. Power. Toughness. Loyalty. Yeah, lots of commons. Not many of anything else. We're up to 41 commons of 111, by the way, so that's pretty big. There's only one card that's... Oh, Eris. Eris is our wordiest card. Exhausting Battle and Robin are the ones with the most lines of text. Keywords. Lifelink is very common. Vigilance is very common. Scry is very common. Calumniate, Cruelty, Death Touch and Defender, Double Strike, Enchant, First Strike, Flash, Flying, Formation, Haste. Okay, right. I'll stop dicking around with that. But yeah, Eris is very wordy. War Wraith. As an additional cost to cast this card, sacrifice a spirit token. One second. To cast this spell. Thought as much. So yeah, it's 4 mana 4/4 with Death Touch and Flying. Creature, Spirit. Just check something real quick. I will make one more card, which I want to be a black common, like a black 1-drop. Could be just a vicious. Wait, why did I put the name? Cruel Noble. Or Cruel Lord. Creature Noble. Oh. It's a fun card, but this isn't a common card. I think is the issue here. We still have a card called Cruel Lord, though. May sacrifice a creature. If you do, it gets +2/+2 and lifelink until end of turn. Seems pretty good. Like, you can sack a dude, and he becomes a 3/3 with lifelink. Which is pretty decent, I'd say. I think on that note, now that we are just under halfway through the Black Commons, we will call it there for today. I will see if there's anyone to raid. Oh, there is. Dermot is streaming right now. We will go raid him in a little bit. But yeah, I say thanks for joining today. I've had a very, very good time. I very much enjoy making this. I've had a very good time with it thus far. We have 55 cards already. We have all of our white commons, all of our blue commons, and half of our black commons. So we are officially halfway through all the commons, because we have the other half of the black commons, and then the reds and the greens, and then that's it. Oh. But yeah, I'd say tomorrow I'm going to stream some more Pokemon, and I may do some of this afterwards. It really depends on how I'm feeling, because if I'm like super out of it, or I'm tired, or I just don't really, because I might want to do this really, really badly, but like if I'm super out of it, even if I want to do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not gonna. But I will be streaming this again at some point next week. Whether it, because I'm really, really enjoying this. This is a great time so far. I'm gonna try and I think during one of these streams we're gonna have to sit down and find art for all of these cards, because that's something I really, really want to do. And then I can start putting them somewhere where people can toy around with them if they want to. But yeah, we're gonna go raid Dermot now, because he is playing Fury. thank you very much for sticking around. I will see people tomorrow for more Pokemon.